We're back. Well, welcome everybody. If you caught my last video I just dropped yesterday, thanks for dropping back in, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're back in these clay Benningtons. I really like them. They're hot as fire in today's world. They came from fire. So if you guys remember yesterday, I called this guy out right here. I said, I don't really know if that's a lined crockery or not. I called it a lined crockery, and it is not. I am wrong, and at least I think I'm wrong. And Luke Duke Outdoors, you guys check his channel out. He's got some awesome marbles. That's the guy that pointed it out. He said that he thought that these were just fancy Benningtons. Well, Luke Duke, you're 50% right, and I'm 50% wrong, because that one is a fancy Bennington, in my opinion. I had said that I had never seen a lined crockery with eyes, and I thought that was weird. Well, there's no green in this. This is just a blue and white Bennington with striping, guys. This threw me up because I picked, this is a lined crockery here. So this other one is a lined crockery. You can see that there's no or a clear glazing on the exterior of it. There's no thick shiny glaze like that. There's no eyes, and there's green lines which actually go into the clay. And I called one of my experts that I speak to on the phone. I consulted him about this thing, and he told me he owns some lined crockeries that are broken in half. He has some halves, and the colors go all the way through. Those swirls go all the way through the marble. And I was joking with him about whether I should break one of these in half with a hammer on the YouTube for you guys, but I'm not going to do that, because if I had one that was a little beat up, maybe we would do it. But this one here, folks, is a lined crockery. I'll try to leave it sit still, because I called this other one out as a Bennington yesterday, guys, and I was wrong. So, as a lined crockery, and it is a Bennington. But I was suspicious about it because I had never seen a lined crockery with eyes. So that is just a super fancy Bennington, guys. So, if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. So go back out there and try harder until you fail, and then you can practice on what you failed at. That's what we do here. I have dropped a couple hundred videos for you guys. Every single one of them has been what YouTube now calls live. I've done no editing. I don't go back. So if I'm wrong, shame on me for being human, guys, but I am here to straighten it out. So these are fancy Benningtons, and this one is a lined crockery. I wanted to bring these marbles back and give Luke Duke Outdoors a shout out. And I'd blow my Dixie horn if I had one for you, buddy. But anyways, I thought I'd get back into these marbles. And it gave me another reason to do a fun video. So, hey, I got tripped up. And, I don't care who you are in the marble world or how smart you think you are. Even if you think you're a Mr. Barr of the marble world, I bet you somebody could put a handful of marbles in your hand that you'd be clueless about. So the deeper we dive into this realm, guys, and the more we check these things out, the more we'll learn together. So, let's work together as a community, and we can get through all this stuff, and we can discover all this great stuff. And you got to share it, guys. So if you're not posting up your awesome marbles for other people to look at and learn from, shame on you. Especially if you're keeping them hid in a drawer, and, oh, these are my grandpa's, I don't want nobody to know I have them, Post them anonymously on the tube, guys. Something. So, anyways, everybody's so secretive about their marbles. You act like they're nuclear codes or something, but share them with the world, people. That's how we learn. So, anyways, guys, I really like these fancy Benningtons. Here's a big old pile of them. There's another blue and white one and then there was one back here I wanted to share with you that I think could really trip some people up too. Look at this one. This was bought as a Bennington, and I believe that to be a lined crockery also. Do you see the green in it? And there's no eyes on this one either. So here we got a couple lined crockeries, possibly. This one, I don't really know. I would have to let a Bennington lined crockery expert. This could be a fancy Bennington also, with no eyes on it or something, because I've got a pink Bennington that has no eyes on it. So, you know, eh, this is a tricky one, guys. What do you call that? So I thought I would share some of these awesome ones with you. I definitely would call this a fancy Bennington. That's a fancy Benny. Look over here, we got a gray one. There's a rare gray one. Look at this one. Check this Bennington out. Or is this not a Bennington? Is this some other marble with a green dot, turquoise dot, a red dot, a gray dot, and a naked spot? So what is that guy? Who's going to call that one out? And then there's this one here that's pretty awesome. I believe that's a fancy Bennington with no eyes on it. So, all those eyes are the posts, the little stands they set on in the oven, guys. Here's the pink one with no eyes on it. Look at that. There's a pink one. It's got a little patch of burlap mark or something where it's set before it was fired. 2 spots like that, but anyways, there's that burlap sack patch everybody keeps talking about on the Benningtons, where it was hand-rolled soft clay and set down on some burlap before it was fired. That's a neat little additive you can get on a Bennington. So anyways, guys, there's some Benningtons. That definitely is a lined crockery. Gone Marbles is betting 100% of the farm on that being a lined crockery and this being a Bennington. And we'll stay on the fence with this one here because I don't know. I would probably lean towards Bennington because to me it doesn't look like those. It looks like that's sponged on the. It looks like it's sponged coated, not rolled with lines through it, marbleized like a lined crockery. So I guess that would be the best way to explain a lined crockery, is it's actually like marble where the colors go into the material, where the Bennington, it's laid on the exterior and the glaze. So I'd probably have to say, if I was on the fence, I would bet Bennington, lined crockery, and then those are fancy Benningtons. But this really isn't a fancy Bennington because that would be multicolored. This would just be a blue and white lined Bennington, I guess. So it's not even a fancy Bennington. So anyways, now we're back to that YouTube. So one other thing, everybody that stayed to the end, we'll jump over here real quick, and maybe I'm plagiarizing or something, but these are lined crockeries, and, here's your description if you want to freeze the television and see. This is very old, so forget about this. I hope I'm not, probably not supposed to be doing this, but all this information comes from Mr. Griss here. If you don't have his books, this same paragraph is the same in every book. So that's the only definition I can get for you guys on lined crockeries. And everybody that stayed to the very end, I got some other ones I'll show you. These are Chinas. So check these out. Here's a bullseye. I know you guys like this stuff. Check that out. You guys are looking for that stuff out there in the wild. So, I thought you guys would like seeing. Look at this one. This one's played hard and smoked and put away naked almost. Hardly has any color left on it. Maybe somebody played it so much the lines came off, huh? And the glazing. So that's a nifty one, or maybe it was unglazed. These are all glazed in here, and then right there is an unglazed one. We'll put a glazed and unglazed one right beside each other so you can get a good look at what the differences in them. So anyways, those are not Benningtons, YouTube. Those are Chinas, glazed and unglazed. And the hot ones have flowers and stuff like that on them. So that's what you're going to want to go after. That one had a flower on it once upon a time. Somebody washed it all off. What was that on there, huh? That looks like varnish to me. Or salt glaze, actually. It's like salt glaze drip off an old pottery, so who knows, So there's some Chinas, there's some more of them over here. I think I just showed you guys this. So anyways, YouTube, here's some more. Check these out. If you see a dirty old marble, take a good long hard look at it, because I'm not going to wash it off, Maybe that's some 1,000-year-old person's DNA on there. And I got their... Enjoy, YouTube. I'm all done.